John Kennedy, and I think reading can help keep you from going to jail.
So tell me, how did you first get involved with Adopt a Library?
It was around the year 2000, and John Kennedy had just been transferred to the area with the RCMP, and he was originally from Pictou County, and he came to us actually to the Pictou Antigonish Regional Library with this idea that he had developed when he was stationed over in New Brunswick. And he came to us and talked about the idea of literacy as crime prevention, police and libraries working together, and we thought it was a great fit.
It was about 8 or 9 years ago when John Kennedy asked me to make a corporate donation to AAL, and of course, before I made the donation, I decided and asked what it was all about. There are over 32,000 Rotary clubs in the world, and every area of the world requires help in literacy. And therefore, Rotary can become involved either by adopting a library directly or by helping fund the Adopt a Library program. There is funding available from all Rotary clubs for literacy because literacy is a major program of Rotary International. It's a perfect blend of the programs. We have to educate our children because they are the ones that are going to look after us old fellas when we get to that point.
9 years ago, John showed up at the door, wanted to talk to a manager, and started to describe how in the county the children had a problem with reading, and ever since we've been involved with most major fundraisers for Adopt a Library. We do the reading challenge with John.
Can you say a little bit about the origins of the WOW Reading Challenge?
We needed to recognize children who read just the same way that a lot of children are recognized for sports. And while it's not meant to be overly competitive, the WOW Reading Challenge, it does have an element of competition, friendly competition between schools. And so it celebrates those kids who do read. And one of the local schools in New Glasgow, their reading scores jumped up. The school board knew that their reading scores had improved, and the kids and the teachers and the school board were really excited about that. And I think that can be directly attributed to the WOW Reading Challenge. The other one that I can think of as well is certainly when the school in rural Pictou County became the winners of the first WOW Reading Challenge. The newspapers covered it, and I think it was a really great way to celebrate a very a great group of kids. All the kids in Pictou County, I think, were excited about it. The business community, the civic community, all the educational community, all came together around the kids and just really celebrated the fact that they were having a great time reading.
The Adopt a Library Literacy Program is a long-term crime prevention initiative based on the belief that if we spend the time teaching our kids to read today, we can keep them out of jail tomorrow. Part of our program revolves around an incentive-based reading program called the WOW Reading Challenge. The WOW Reading Challenge has quickly become the World Literacy Championship. The County of Pictou has worked hand in hand with the RCMP, the Municipal Police, and the Pictou Antigonish Regional Library in creating a warehouse facility that allows us to bring merchandise into the school at East Pictou, sort it, organize it on shelves, and then distribute it around the province of Nova Scotia. The material that's in the warehouse now consists of books. So the Adopt a Library Literacy Program really is utilizing the old adage that it takes a village to raise a child. In Pictou County, all levels of government from federal, provincial, municipal, all levels of business, corporation, and all levels of individuals themselves have participated in this program and have embraced it, which makes it as successful as it is here in Pictou County. Unfortunately, the public libraries and the school systems really don't have the funding that they require to entice the kids. And that's nobody's fault. That's not the government's fault. It's not the community's fault. It's certainly not the library's fault or the school's fault. It just is what it is. And it's a sign of the times. As police officers, part of our role in a community is to identify problems and work with the community to correct those problems. Well, in '95, when we identified illiteracy as a problem in our community, we started working towards solving this. In 2000, Pictou County and the Pictou Antigonish Regional Library and their staff embraced Adopt a Library. And since 2000, the program hasn't looked back. The staff at the Pictou Antigonish Library has worked hand in hand with myself and other RCMP officers and municipal police officers to take Adopt a Library to a level that I never could have imagined. It's evolving every day, it will continue to evolve, and partnerships will continue to be built. But I'll tell you this, as long as we have material to reward kids for doing something right, they will read books. And if we're going into the school system and reading to kids as police officers, and if we're going in with a treasure chest to say, here, we're proud that you're reading, here's a little prize, the kids will continue to read. And as they continue to read, we will break the cycle of illiteracy. We'll break the cycle of crime that illiteracy may lead to. And that's based on statistics that 65% of inmates in Canadian jails have difficulty reading. So what we want to do is we want to work with the community, in the community, for the community, and help the community raise their children. Well, there's only one way to really do that, and that is to go out in the community and work hand in hand with them. I think by looking around the warehouse and Wild Bookshop today, you'll agree that the people in Pictou County have certainly embraced the concept of it takes a village to raise a child. You know, I just have to shake my head and say to myself, it's like living in a dream to work in a community that is so proactive in their young people. So hopefully we'll be able to build on this and move the program across Nova Scotia and into other communities that are struggling and build partnerships in those communities. And who knows where this program's going to lead. 10 years from now, it could still be going strong and it could be worldwide. If there is a need, if their community is a community that's struggling, if the young people in the schools and the libraries are in the same position that we found ourselves in 8 years ago, and can even today continue to find ourselves in, because as great as this all is, the point still remains that libraries and schools are struggling. So as the community, if they identify this as a problem, well, we're willing to go and work with them and help them solve that problem. And we only fail if we fail to try. So by simply trying, it's a step in the right direction. The Adopt a Library Literacy Program. Fighting crime, one book at a time.